Is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses sing.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
There'll be hard times, there'll be woes along both sides of the road. There'll be times when giving up seems like the ending always told. Be it heaven or be it gold, to quench the thirst inside your soul. May faith stay in the saddle as you ride off in the morning. If there's a way and there's a means, you must take the reins and ride. Though your horse might be a wild one, you hold on tight. Be it tame, be it mild, you must take the reins and ride. Clench your fists onto the bridle, hold on tight. When the sun flares down and burns your skin, when the dust kicks up and clouds rise, when the wind blows sideways and the night falls cold, when your heart hangs heavy and it sinks down low, there'll be hard times, there'll be woes along both sides of the road. There'll be times when giving up seems like the ending always told. Be it heaven, be it gold, to quench the thirst inside your soul. May faith stay in the saddle as you ride off in the morning.
All right. The show is Horses Sing None of It. My name is Ralph Litwin, and our guest today is Mark Mandeville and Raianne Richards. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Our pleasure.
It's our pleasure.
No, it's our pleasure.
Well, let's fight about it.
That was a great song.
Thank you. That's the new song that we're working on, a brand new album, and that's the title of it, Hard Times and Woes. Title of the song and title of the album. The album will be out in the spring of 2014.
Great. I like the philosophy of the song.
Well, that's the first time I think anybody's ever said that, Ralph. I do appreciate that. I sometimes think audiences don't listen to the words sometimes. And that's one of the things we work hard on is lyrics and how we sing the lyrics and try to be as honest as possible about what we're trying to get across. And
try to find those few venues that people go to just sit and listen to music, and they don't want to talk over you or drink over you or eat over you. They just want to listen to you.
yeah, don't get us wrong. We play our fair share of those too, because you have to make ends meet. But we love to think that one day we'll play nothing but listening rooms and coffee houses and things like that. But right now it's an even mix, I think, which is fine.
Cool. What else do you have for us?
Yeah, we have a lot of new material right now because we're working on this record. We've been working on it for about a year with some guys back home. But this is another a song Raianne wrote.
For the last 4 years, Mark and I have been organizing a string of free community concerts across the state of Massachusetts. We call it the Massachusetts Walking Tour. Every year we take different musicians. Every year we visit new towns. A few years ago we started using trail systems, which is great for us and great for them because we get beautiful hiking and they get all this great publicity. And at the end of this past year's walking tour, I sat down at Long Meadow Green, which is very old and very long and very beautiful, and I just sat under this really big oak tree and wrote this song that I think has been brewing in my mind for about 4 years. But it's called One More Mile. Just one more
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll have to put you in touch with my daughter. She's a recent transplant to Northampton,
Oh, yeah.
and she runs a house concert series.
We walked right through there this year. We did the New England Trail, which actually goes from Mount Monadnock in New Hampshire all the way down to Long Island Sound, but we just did the Mass section, but it's Northampton's like right, it's very accessible to the trail from Northampton. We were just there last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool town.
Yeah.
I don't know if you get to visit her.
Yeah, we visited.
Very nice.
It's a nice town.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad to walk through either. We get lots of looks when we do this thing every summer because we got all instruments hanging off of us and about 35 pounds worth of camping gear and stuff like that. And we usually bring about 4 or 5 people with us, so any town that we walk through, we're kind of a spectacle. And I remember a couple of years ago when we did walk through Northampton, a lot of people are hitchhiking around still in Northampton, so we had a lot of brothers. People doing the same thing.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
What do you got for us?
You want to do the one on this that I can't remember the name of?
Yeah, another new song. So I'm not sure if the time elapsement from television is going to make this an old song someday, but it's new right now as far as we're concerned. It's a song called Last Tree Standing. Floor someone's ceiling, your ceiling someone's floor. Somebody is pounding with their fists upon the door. Don't you think you're all alone with no one else around? 'Cause if you were the last tree standing, there'd be someone to cut you down. And even the copper pennies at the bottom of a well, they went to pay for something for what no one here can tell. But who are we to judge the wants and dreams of other men? Well, the same move through our pennies in a pile of common sense. Your floor is someone's ceiling, your ceiling someone's floor. Somebody is pounding with their fists upon the door. Don't you think you're all alone with no one else around? Because if you were the last tree standing, there'd be someone to cut you down. Tree standing, there'd be someone to cut you down. If you were the last green valley, there'd be someone to flood your town. If you were the last brown leaf hanging on the autumn tree, the wind would blow you down dance floor, somebody is pounding with their fists upon the door. Don't you think you're all alone with no one else around? Because if you were the last tree standing, there'd be someone to cut you down. Hey, oh, oh.
Nice.
Thank you.
We should let folks know about your website so they can find more information about your performances and your recordings.
Yep, well, you can find us at markmandeville.com, and we have all of our recordings up on there, and the ones that are out of print you can still get digitally. We have all of our shows up there, and we keep it updated as much as we can. You know.
Yeah, and you can link from there to the Mass Walking Tour as well if you're interested in figuring out where we are. We hike every June. It's always in Massachusetts, so be a bit of a walk from here, I think. But it's a lot of fun. People get really excited about it. We try to roll into the dinkiest towns we can find and drum up other local musicians to come out and play, or poets or puppeteers or dancers. We've had all kinds of stuff. And, you know, we just do our thing and get people together, remind them that sharing music with each other is nice, and hopefully they decide to keep the music program in their schools when that vote comes around. You know, we work really hard at it, and we literally do walk, so we are trying to set an example for the artists and for the people in these towns who are like yourselves. They're volunteers who are trying to make art things happen in their communities. We really admire everybody who's putting their foot forward to do that. So we walk.
Yep, for the last 4 years. Yeah, and we've also, I mean, it's a nice program and it's definitely growing. But for the last 2 years, we've been supported by the Massachusetts Cultural Council to grants. So we've been grant funded throughout most of the process, either from them or from other humanities grants too. So
Yep.
It's nice to get the support from them too, and they find what we're doing to be well worth the funding. So it's nice.
It's a nice honor.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this past year we hiked the New England Trail, and that was recently designated as a National Scenic Trail by the National Park Service. They were really, really supportive of us this year. They've actually already got us on board to hike another trail. That's one of their trails in Massachusetts. But from doing the NET, we got some photos and some press coverage, and the National Park Service put us on the cover of Pathfinder?
And Pathways Across
Pathways
America, which is
Across
a
America.
national trailway publication. We found out a couple weeks ago we were on the cover of it, and
Yep.
that was really
Nice.
nice. So now nationally, people are recognizing what we do in the state of Massachusetts to raise awareness of the trails that are there and to support arts and culture. So I guess we've reached a national level now. So
Yep.
it's kind of a neat prospect, you know.
It was
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
very
you.
exciting. And the issue that we were featured in, they chose to, the whole magazine is all dedicated to people who not only are utilizing the trails, but everybody in this particular issue is doing some kind of cultural enrichment. So it was neat for us too, because we got to see what other folks are, how they're utilizing it. You know, some of them are like us and they're performing and doing music, and some are doing like living history exhibits and all kinds of stuff. So it was really interesting, you know, to be included, but also just to see what else is out there for people's crazy ideas. You know, apparently we're not the only ones who are crazy.
Yeah. I think there's lots of crazy people, especially when the arts are concerned. So that's really nice, though.
Yeah.
I look forward to it. I was joking for a while, saying that that's the only time we get any exercise in the whole entire year is this 1 2-week period in June where we walk across the state. The rest of the time we're sitting in the van.
traveling around the country playing music. So it's nice to get that exercise, at least feel like we move our bodies around a little bit.
Yeah, I wish that we could walk to all of our shows, but it would take us a long time. I think even just to get down here to New Jersey, never mind like Arizona or something like that.
Yeah, the first year that
We'd be walking for a long time.
The first year that we did the walking tour, we went on a national tour right after it, and we got to Flagstaff, Arizona, and the club that we played actually came up to us and said, and this was written up in the paper in Flagstaff this way, Troubadours walked from Massachusetts to Arizona to perform in Flagstaff.
They misread our press release.
No, we just let them believe it, because, I mean, heck, made us a little larger than life, you know?
Yeah.
Other states have approached us too.
Yeah,
Connecticut most recently.
Just last weekend, we performed at the Connecticut Forests and Parks Association annual volunteer dinner. And the Connecticut Forests and Parks does maintain the NET, which we hiked in 2013. And they didn't get to see us because we didn't go to Connecticut, but they did hear about us, and they were so interested that they invited us to their dinner, which I find really flattering. So we performed about an hour at their cocktail hour, and got to meet some of those folks, and they gave us some nice mugs that have the NET, New England Trail logo on it and stuff like that. 2014 we'll be hiking the Bay Circuit Trail, which runs in a little half circle right around Boston. It's about 200 miles long, and we'll do just over a 100-mile stretch of that in 14 days.
14, 17, something like that.
What else you got for us?
Well, we'll play Loose Stones in the Gravel.
Sure.
All right. I'll play another new song. This one's called Loose Stones in the Gravel. About how it takes a bunch of little rocks to make up a path well traveled. At the edge of a great big valley, you can't fly over the horizon. To go round would be a long, long journey, and to go down misery deep. Loose stones in the gravel, loose stones in the road. And out in the field, lone horse, no rider. Well, you can't rein in what's free. Your best attempts become oppressive, and you became your enemy. And lo and behold, what I've come to know from the places I travel to the places that I go. Loose stones in the gravel, loose stones in the road.
have a couple minutes left, less than a minute. So why don't you tag some music on?
Tack some music on? Okay. Well, we'll play a little bit of a song that has it's okay to have some words on it, huh? It's okay if credits roll over it. It's another song called It Won't Be Written on My Grave.